Yeah. So is there a difference in
Ah,
HbA1c in switching sulfonyl areas
ah.
in uncontrolled HbA1c after reaching the effective dose of a sulfonyl areas?
Acha, after using the maximal dose of sulfonylurea, the question is not clear actually. Who has asked this question? Can you put it in a very simpler way, please?
So till then, I'll just read out the next question.
Yeah, you can read out
Sir,
the
how
next
to
question.
select? Yeah. Sir,
Ah,
how to select an OHA and when to monitor blood sugars when initiating OHA for first time?
acha. So any these the OHS they have a role only in the management of type 2 diabetes mellitus per se. That is point number one. And to start with, it is the metformin unless otherwise it is contraindicated or not being tolerated by the patient in the form of gastrointestinal severe disturbance where the patient has got vomitings and the motions, you cannot continue the metformin. And there are certain conditions, the absolute contraindications for metformin, wherein the EGFR goes below 30 ml per minute per 1.73 meter square. The otherwise contraindicated, the metformin remains the first drug of option. And the second drug of option always is, in our scenario, it is the sulfonylurea or the combination of dual, the combination of metformin with the sulfonylurea, and you measure the baseline HbA1c when the patient comes to you. If you have the facility, you please, along with the fasting plasma glucose, along with the 2 hour post plasma glucose, you measure the HbA1c. You should have the baseline HbA1c. You should have the baseline lipid profile. You should have the baseline the kidney function test or the renal function test, and including the electrolytes. You should mandatorily have the 12 lead resting electrocardiogram, and these are mandatory, like as per the guidelines of the American Diabetes Association. When you have the baseline the parameters only, you can compare after 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. Suppose the HbA1c, at least what American Diabetes Association says is, because it's a costlier one, the test costs a little bit, that is involved with the money. It says at least you have try to have 2 HbA1c readings in a year. So in my practice, I do it once in 3 months. So you only thing is you should counsel the patient, and it's not a big deal to counsel the patient to get the HbA1c done once in 3 months, so that you can have a constant monitoring. And as like kidney function tests, at least once in 6 months, and the lipid profile at least once in a year, and the ECG once in a year. And after this combination, you can go to the maximal dose, like okay, you make the metformin start with 1 gram, that is 500 milligram in the morning and night. You make it 2 grams, go to the maximal dose of the Indian maximal dose is 2 grams, whereas the Western scenario it is the maximal dose of metformin is 2550 milligrams. And you can start with either the glipizide or the glycoside or the even the glimepiride, and you can uptitrate the dose so as to allow the patient to get back to the normalcy of the fasting plasma glucose and the postprandial plasma glucose and the glycated hemoglobin to the targets, without letting down the patient to get into these hypoglycemic episodes. And if you are not able to do that, you can always have a third agent as an add-on, like let it be in a the affordable segment. It can be either a SGLT2 inhibitor, or in a the affordable segment it is a DP4 inhibitor. In non-affordable segment, it is always the Indian scenario. I put it as like the alpha glucosidase inhibitors, especially the Voglibos, to start with zero point 0.2 and escalating to 0.3 milligram. The how you start, how you initiate Voglibos is an art. Like you should start with once daily dose of Voglibos. That is preferably with the first bite. After the first bite in the breakfast, you start. And if the patient is able to tolerate, ask the patient to take the second tablet in the afternoon in the second week. and the patient is able to tolerate voglibose without having any gastrointestinal upsets and problems, you can ask the patient to take the 0.3 milligram of voglibose the 3 times also. That is how you have to uptitrate the dose of this thing, the voglibose or even the acarbose. If people are using acarbose, it's okay, but I don't use it in my clinical practice because voglibose is very potent and it has very fewer gastrointestinal side effects also. So that is how I manage. And if the patient is not still to the target, you counsel the patient that you are already on the maximal dose of three oral drugs. It's high time you have to switch over to the insulin, some form of insulin. The insulin can be initiated with the basal insulin along with the existing OADs, unless otherwise there is a compelling indication like the short-term complications of hyperglycemia, as we discussed, the DKA and HHS, wherein all the oral drugs should be removed, only the regular insulin is to be instituted, and the patient might need admission, and you have to check his the state of dehydration, and most of the times 99.9% of the DKA patients, they get 100%, they get dehydrated. They got some very hyperglycemia like more than 500 or 600, and a precipitated you don't usually find DKA in the type 2 diabetes patients unless otherwise there is a precipitating factor like infection where the patient is run down. Per se, let us talk about the COVID-19 scenario itself. Once the patient has COVID, automatically even the patient is normoglycemic. That is the term called the COVID-induced hyperglycemia. That is a transient one. That wanes off after 6 weeks or max by max 3 months or 6 months. But it has got the ability to induce hyperglycemia in a normoglycemic patient, or the worsening of the glycemic levels in an established type 2 diabetes or type 1 diabetes, or even the whatever you call the gestational diabetes mellitus, or the secondary forms of diabetes also, wherein the patient has got the chronic alcoholic pancreatitis, or the some malignant tumor in the pancreas, where you need to go for a resection, that is total pancreatectomy is to be done